Welcome to Late Night Chat with GT and Nico, episode 54. What's up, brother?
What's going on? Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, Nico.
Yeah, I guess welcome back really to me. I just got back a couple of days ago, guys. We had pre-recorded that last episode, the Shawshank movie review one for you guys because I was in Cuba the last week.
Yeah, part of leaving us up here in the cold. You know what it's like, guys. Everybody who's lives in the city knows what we're like.
I just didn't want to jinx anything, so I didn't talk about it on the show just in case my plane got turned around or some shit. You know
almost
what I mean?
had
yeah,
him too,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, exactly. We even named the episode before "Turn the Plane Around."
Turn the plane around.
I was like putting my own curse on myself there, but
Well, yeah, you get mid snow too, man. We were like, what the fuck was gonna happen? Is this guy actually gonna take off on time? They're gonna let him go?
But the trains still keep running, guys. So episodes still came out. Jay, thank you for posting that.
Fucking it all
that
up.
stuff.
Tell everybody, Nico. Come on, I know you want it. Tell everybody how I fucked it all up, man.
Typical late night chat fashion here. I kind of gave Jay some shit while I was away on vacation.
Made me feel like shit. Not gave me shit. Made me feel like shit. That's all. But yeah, no, it was fun, man. It was interesting. But,
I like you to learn from your mistakes. So I kind of, I'm just.
Well, I did. I fucking realized it at 3:00 in the fucking morning one night. It came to me like a fucking.
The shows got posted. It's just they didn't get posted with the right pictures and stuff like that. So I was giving Jay a hard time, right?
Unfortunately, it was yours. I didn't. That's what I think. Fuck, I was so worried because it was his and Christine's that I couldn't get the picture to, and I didn't realize that, how easy it is when I just post it to the story. Why don't I just screenshot the fucking thing and use that picture?
Yeah.
And bingo.
Anyways, it was a learning.
A real learning. This guy's yelling at me from fucking Cuba through the messaging, right? Because I think you only get like an hour there at a time. So he's got only like that 1 hour grace period.
It was 1 peso per hour there, which to you guys might not sound like a lot, but it
a
adds
fucking
up
mansion to them.
Well, no, it's you know what it is. You know what it is. Our dollar out there. So I go to Cuba. This is my first time going to Cuba, guys. So I thought that it was gonna be like our dollar is strong, at least out in fucking Cuba, like you know what I mean, of all places. Nope, our dollar is like the fucking compared to like the American dollar out there for us. Like it's like us to convert our money over to pesos is essentially like us converting to American almost. Like that's how fucking horrible our dollar is even out there. Like like for instance, like and don't get me wrong, like I converted some money over at the resort too, and at the resort they give you a shittier rate than the banks, but not by much.
I feel like it all depends on who's working behind the counter.
Yeah, but it's not by much. I'll tell you that right now.
No,
though. It's not by much. So like, it's kind of it's funny like that. Like
I don't think they're really allowed to do it by much. I think they still have rules against that.
Yeah,
like where they'd have to, it has to keep it at least within the limit of the bank.
Well, what was one of the last things that converted when I was there? I think I gave them 140 Canadian. It was like 100 of their money.
Of their money, yeah, but they're you just give out a fucking nothings.
I'm just saying,
like
so
dollars at a time or whatever the hell that is.
So like that's a significant amount, right?
Yeah.
So like it's so yeah, I tried to stay off Wi-Fi when I was out there. I only an hour here, an hour there, kind of thing. But on one of the hours I checked the day that the thing was posted, I seen Jay sending me all these messages, these excuses.
No, I couldn't figure it out. I was sitting there for fucking.
I'm like, why are you fucking using a repost app, bro? I mean,
because
you have access to the but
but it doesn't work like that. It wasn't working, so I'm trying to do it another way. I'm trying to tag myself and repost it like I usually do, right? From the account. But I didn't have the picture, man.
Waving my arm around like an asshole here. I'm just like,
yeah, fuck off. But yeah, it was a learning. It was a little bit of a learning experience.
No, but the shows came out. It came out on time. It's just if the posts look a little funky to you, it's because Jay was posting them as well.
Fuck off. But yeah, no, it's true. It's probably true. When I do post them, I put these weird little things up, and with those stupid arrows, I figure all those things out, and I'm like, all right, let's figure that out. Right? Sorry, guys. I always forget I have this.
No, it's good.
Thing on.
Good job. Yeah, it's a fashion statement for Jay. He likes to rock scarves indoors, kind of like a rich douche.
You know what? It's like European.
Bro, I see somebody at the resort like that. He was like rocking a scarf in the
bro.
bar. Yeah, you look like a rich asshole. I was
That's
just
it,
like, all right,
man.
look at this
a rich asshole, please. Come on.
But yeah, Cuba was fun. That was my first time there. I know you had gone a couple times in the past to Cuba, right?
Yeah, I have. It's actually a nice place. Everybody's cool. You know what I mean?
Everyone's really nice to you out there. Yeah. They like Canadians and we were on like our own little island there, and we weren't like in Veradero. We were at another spot. that's near kind of Havana and all that. So we didn't do that whole thing. We didn't really go into town that much because it was a far ways out from where we were staying. So, but we went there for the beach and the relaxation, and that's what we got, man. So it was nice. Yeah.
Well, wasn't that the whole point, right, of going there?
Yeah. Now I'm fucking 2 days in, coming back from there already. 3 days. It's 3 days now.
Yeah.
And I'm already back to being miserable now, bro. I'm kind of depressed now. Going back to work and everything.
Wait until you get in your room at work, there, bro. You're gonna start fucking crying a week from now.
It's it's a weird thing coming back. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's been what, I guess a year since I went away like that for a whole week, like away.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Yeah, it's not
so
easy.
it's kind of on the the post party depression that you get, the postpartum, all the how they always say, like, there's post depression on things, like the party depression's one that I've talked about with friends before. After you party, you have a good time, and the next day you feel like shit, and you're kind of like,
that's called a hangover,
bro. But you're like reevaluating your life sometimes.
I don't know what the fuck kind of shit you guys
bro.
Party.
It's when you party too hard, bro. You're like reevaluating your whole life the next day. You're like, oh man, what am I doing?
That doesn't happen when I party too hard, man. And maybe that's the problem. But yeah, that doesn't happen when I party hard.
No, that's just called you being depressed as usual.
Yeah, that's just called every day,
that's called,
bro.
Monday.
It's Monday to Friday, Sunday. Fuck, man, it's true. No,
but yeah, no, it's true. Like adjusting back to like reality is hard. But here we are,
fun.
Back to the grind, back at it. Recording a show today, recording a show in a few days. We like doing this still, so I'm trying to keep upbeat and kind of get into it here, right? So help me along. What happened when I was gone? Anything exciting? I mean, enough about me.
I've been fucking sick. That's all since you left, bro. And not postpartum sick or whatever you want to call that shit. Whatever.
Well, postpartum is after you have the kid, right? Yeah, you're like you're crazy. You try to kill the baby,
PTSD or whatever, or something, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Because you're a guy. It's true though. It's good to have these. Even somebody to shoot the shit with during the week, right?
Yeah.
But
post-traumatic stress. You're talking about
because this guy was on vacation over here.
PTSD,
Yeah, but no, it wasn't so much that. It's just fuck. The weather's been so shit. Everything's been so shit that literally I haven't been able to kick that cold. I finally got back to work last week, man. So it was pretty rough, man. That whole time you were on vacation, fucking in 32-degree weather. Because don't you ever think I was checking to see what the weather was like down there, man?
You're like that asshole.
When it was minus fucking 20 over here, guys, I was looking down there and it said plus 32, and I'm thinking, you fucking prick. And it says 1% chance or whatever, little 1 millimeter of rain because it's like a thunderstorm every day quickly. Yeah. Right, and I'm like, I hope it just fucking rains all day on there.
No, we got no rain like the whole time.
I noticed.
You know what was nice though? I will say it was about this vacation. I didn't gain any weight. After shitting 1,000 times because you're in Cuba, and watching what you eat. And because everybody says to me, obviously, because it's my first time going to Cuba, oh, the food's not great. And, admittingly, it's
You'll
not
survive.
great. But here's the thing. I think it's kind of unfair to say that it's shit because there is some things that are pretty shit. Don't get me wrong. But you'll survive. Exactly. You don't eat like an asshole every day, like at the resort. You fucking stick to the things that you think that look good or things that you find that are good. Yeah. And then that's what you do. You don't fucking, like, I find that
there's general stuff that's still good. I mean, you get eggs
chicken
and stuff
chicken,
like that.
Hot dogs is hot dogs, eggs.
Boiled egg
exactly.
is a boiled egg.
Omelet every day in the morning. Bread. Yeah, exactly. So don't give me this shit. It's because people expect, like, you know what I mean? And some resorts are like that.
I mean, it's not the most flavorful food.
No.
It's different styles of flavor.
And there is some gross things, and I had some gross things for sure. But
why not try it once at least?
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying, like, out there, with the traveling and all that, your bathroom trips are a little bit more regular for sure.
Yeah,
but
far from. Well, I
get some of the water
depending
in your
on what
system.
you eat. Yeah, see, because
I have bottled water. No, you drink bottled water in the resort.
No, but you also drink. You had drinks too, right?
Ice, you're talking
about.
And
I talk about the ice. I figure
they try to tell you in the resort that ice is not going to make you sick, but it definitely makes you a little bit more regular, I think, as well.
Yeah, it does. Right? It's just different.
Not to the point where I was sick any day. I was fine, right? But I'm just saying, because of that and the fact that we're in a resort, actually, where our room was is about 10 minutes or so from anything else we had to go to on the resort, like the lobby, the beach.
Okay.
So every day you're walking around at least an hour because you're bouncing around all day, right?
That's the thing, and you're walking.
So it's nice. No, it was nice, is what I'm saying. Like, I actually, it was good. Like I wasn't sitting on my ass the whole fucking vacation. And then one day, we went out for an excursion and this and that, like into town, and then we did like a nature walk thing, and then fucking went and swam in like this big natural like pool of water, like under a waterfall and stuff like that. And it was cool, man. Like, so there was some good things. I'm not gonna spend the whole thing talking about my vacation, guys. Don't worry. I just wanted to give you a quick update.
Cuba's good, man. Like I told you, I went the one time. I had the best time I ate food there was when that family cooked us that.
Yeah, that's a wild story
man.
when you told me about that. Yeah,
yeah.
Pig roast.
Told you, I could have been fucking married, bro. I could have been married at fucking 20, bro, with some fucking chick from Cuba if I would have just listened to it was, you know what it was? It was one of the guys at the one of the lifeguards at the resort took to my dad, like, and then like the family, right?
Yeah.
Because my grandmother was there at the time.
Yeah.
My aunt, there was a few of us, right?
Right.
So like took well to them.
Yeah.
And a liking to them. And then, my dad, he used to like to fucking show off and tip some money or whatever here and there.
Yeah.
So there's the security, the lifeguard noticed this, and he came over. He would start talking with us, shooting the shit, this and that, right? Next thing you know, he invites us over to his house for this whole pig roast. He says before we leave, he's gonna have this huge pig roast.
Normally, when I hear pig roast, I'm like,
yeah, these guys are gonna kill us, this and that, yeah, right, like some fucking horror movie. But no. We thought, my dad. Well, it's Cuba too, right? They're not gonna do that kind. I don't know. It's very rare. This was when I was in my 20s, so that's almost 20 years ago.
That was a while ago, yeah.
So this was a lot more strict back then too, right? Like everything had to be low. Everything was like more low profile. Even when they sold you cigars and stuff like that, when they would try to sell you the bootleg cigars or the ones, right? Oh yeah, my family works here, or I have a cousin that works here. But yeah, they had us over to the house. Fucking huge pig. The guy had to cook it at his his uncle's barn or something, and take it on his fucking moped and pull it back after he cooked it to bring it back to his house.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they don't have cars there, right? We were especially. They said they're only about 5% of the population drives because they could, it's expensive to have cars and to keep them running out there. And
they all help each other out. Though.
Well, that's the thing. It's very common for people to hitchhike. Like you'll find a lot of people picking up hitchhikers. That's very common out there apparently. And if not, they're taking the horse and fucking buggies, or they're taking the mopeds. Yeah, exactly. There's no cars really, right? So, and like it's a lot of farmland and shit. And out there, because it's a communist country, I learned a lot about. That's the thing. Main thing, actually. I'm gonna say this now before I forget, and not to interrupt that story.
No,
get back to it. That was good. Is that it puts things in perspective being out there, bro. They're so fucking poor out there, man. And the houses, because it's communist country, are all owned by the government. So you're seeing a lot of the housing out there and stuff, man. Things are falling apart, man. People are like living in huts and shit, and it's because it gets brought down from family to family because they're given those houses. So it's not like they even have a choice in the matter. These fucking people, right?
No.
As long as they got a roof over their head and some fucking food on their plate, they're good to go. But that's what I mean. It ain't much, and so that's why even me, when I was at the resort and shit. I tipped everybody. Most of the money I spent on this vacation was on tips, to be honest with you. Other than my excursion.
Well, you do feel, but
because what am I gonna buy? I don't fucking buy knickknacks and shit for myself. The thing I did fuck up on, I'll say right now though, is that I should have smoked more cigars when I was out there. I didn't smoke a cigar till my second last day, because they had a cigar bar in the resort.
Yeah,
man, because I don't really smoke cigars, right? I've never really
got into it.
Yeah, the few times I've smoked them, I feel like an asshole because I don't think I'm smoking them properly. Like I don't really know much about it. So I walked in there, and the guy that runs the cigar bar in there, like the bartender, that's where he'll help you out with. I said that. I'm like, I see everyone smoking cigars. I'm like, yeah, I'll try a cigar. Can you tell me what's good here? Can you, show me how to light it properly and all this, right? So, and he helped me out, and I sat there. I smoked a couple of cigars, man. It was nice, man. And then they give you a whiskey that to pair with the cigar,
which makes sense.
And that's where the top shelf liquor is, in the cigar bar.
It's more of the better stuff.
Yeah, it's not like you're at the pool or at the fucking. It's just shitty whatever alcohol there, right? But this one, the top shelf liquor, man, like the nice whiskeys and like Scotch, all that Scotch whiskey and stuff is there. So I sat there, man, in the chair. Maybe we'll put it as the picture for this episode. I got one of me smoking a cigar, having a good time, just drinking a whiskey in the chair there in the cigar bar, man. But again, second last day, right? It took me that long to do it, so I wasted that opportunity. But I think if I go back,
you probably would have drank a lot more whiskey and spent a lot more money on cigars.
The whiskey's free.
Oh yeah, it's still in the resort.
Yeah,
right? I didn't know. Is it?
Yeah,
even the premium stuff.
Yes. if you're in there smoking cigars, you're spending money on cigars.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like 6 pesos for a cigar, or 7 pesos for the ones I was smoking, right? So it's not
Yeah,
bad.
nothing special. Yeah,
But
there's not. I mean, it's cheaper there too when you're there when you're actually getting them from there.
well,
when you're down there
I
getting
didn't just
the
get the
legit
dirt
ones.
cheap ones.
No, but-
There was cheaper ones, but I
Yeah.
wanted one that was
So,
like
somewhat of a flavor, right?
Yeah.
But they
exactly.
tend to tell you that they only do it during special times too. Like they don't
Yeah.
really do it all the time, like cigar smoking. They would do it when families over and shit like that. It's more of a
At the resort, every day they had a stand put out of the cigars, and they had the cigar bar, and people were just walking around the lobby smoking them, bro. Because it was actually pretty common at the resort.
But I mean, like when it's a family thing, it was more like when it comes to traditional cigar smoking and how it became. And when they were saying, they were talking to us because when I'd gone with my family that time, we had done this whole thing with the cigars, right? And they were talking about them and how they make them. And
Oh, for Cuban people, you're saying?
yeah, for the
okay.
Cuban people,
Sure.
right? That live
Special
there.
occasion.
It's a special occasion. No, it's not like it's like having a drink. You know what I mean?
Well, that's where the whole thing when someone has a kid, you get them a cigar, right?
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, you're a new father. Here you go, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and then but no. So that whole thing was with that guy too, with the pig roast. That
Yeah.
guy was he was working. He lived in a certain government building, sort of thing. It was like the resort had it there
I saw
for
those,
him.
yes.
Right
Yep.
across from the
they
resort.
had those. They had those where we were going into the town.
Yeah,
too.
and they look like our government building houses here, but a lot worse, right? And they
Yes.
live in it for free.
Yeah.
They get to live in it for free.
But you have to work at the resort. They
Yeah.
said for 3 years before you're allowed to apply to
Before
live
you go in
there.
there,
And
yeah.
then if they allow you, then yeah, they let you live there for free, and then they give you rides into the resort every day.
Yeah, and
from
then
there,
otherwise you got to take either the bus, their local bus, or whatever
But
to
you're
get to
right.
work, right?
It's like an apartment complex, kind
It's
of like
ghetto.
like a ghetto. Yeah, exactly.
It's
or like,
worse, man. Like,
or
I
like
mean-
in Europe, you know, like on those if you see those English or British TV
Yeah.
shows where they all live in these big buildings, the poor people and stuff like that, but not the lower class, not like dirt poor. They can
No,
afford to
yeah,
live there,
yeah.
but it's like a community housing type situation.
Yeah, but
almost,
think of
right? Yeah,
but think of
it's
that like after so many years of
right wear and tear,
wear and tear,
Yes,
and
I
colonization,
saw
and all
it.
that, right?
Yeah.
So
No, you're
I mean,
right.
these are like apartments, like let's say, right, and then they like condos or whatever. Let's say,
Yeah.
no, this thing was about 8 stories, no fucking elevator. That was the worst for my grandmother. Remember that they had to walk up the stairs, right? But yeah, no, so no elevator, and the pipes for like the toilet, the sink, everything were running through the house, like through the. You have to watch where you're stepping.
Yeah.
Because you have to actually step over them. They
Yeah.
weren't inside the in between, like, you know, the floors, right? Which was fucking crazy, right? So I mean, you get to see and you get a perspective. I remember the first time when I went down there. This is when I knew life isn't really that bad. When I think about it all the time, is that this guy had no legs. Okay, old man wheeling himself up a hill and smiling. Okay. Like, what the fuck is,
Yeah.
you know, it's fucking 40 degrees down there.
Yeah.
And he's there he's wheeling himself up the hill, no
Yeah.
legs, and he's loving life.
Yeah.
And I'm going,
Yeah.
okay.
No, I know.
And we're going around trying to pass shit out, right?
We're bitching about Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
on the show.
Fuck. You know?
No, I absolutely. I will say that that's the main thing I wanted to bring up too
Yeah.
was the fact that it did really help put things into perspective a little bit, even for that little bit, you know, that you're there, that you can really just take a look around and kind of see. And don't get me wrong, like I knew it wasn't like a country that had lots of money because of, you know, the fact of the communist country.
Yeah,
third
but
world
you know
country,
what?
or whatever you want to call it. But still, they do their thing, and
When you don't know any better,
yeah. But seeing it is a
like,
different thing.
they don't know any better, so
No,
why would
exactly,
they, right? Like,
exactly,
why would it even
exactly.
bother them? Why would it phase them?
It
All they
wouldn't.
do is see, you know, the people that live in the actual places, they're not by the resorts, that actually have to work in regular jobs and this and that. Don't see people
Right.
that go down there for vacation, you
Yeah.
know, or those kind of people.
Yeah.
What does it phase them? That's it. Even the cows, man, they fucking work like animals. They can't kill them until they're like 2 years old,
Cows
bro.
are pretty lean there, yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
did
that's
you
why
notice
some
that?
of
There's no meat.
Yeah, there's no meat on them. No, it's
So
true.
you're eating chicken
You're
all the
seeing
time.
all these like stray dogs all around
Fish.
town and shit with like no skin on their bones and shit. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like you're seeing that kind of stuff, and even when you went into the
Poverty at its
town,
at its best, bro.
even when you go into town and you see they're even there. There's not many beggars, but here and there you'll get one still. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
even then, they didn't harass you. You can just be like no to somebody who's trying to sell you something and then move the fuck on. It wasn't like other places I've been to, at least from my experience there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even things that annoyed me is that when we went to Mexico and stuff, like on certain resorts there, if you go on the beach and shit, there's fucking the whole beach is filled with people trying to sell you shit. This was a private fucking beach. I didn't get bothered once. There was nobody there that didn't need to be there.
Oh,
right?
they're not. Yeah,
they're on an island.
allowed. Yeah.
They're not allowed. No, but that's the thing about that country too. Because of the communism, their government's very strict on their own people. So the people actually behave. Like, that's why there's not really that much crime there. Like, when you go out and stuff, that's why they say that it's because they don't want to scare away their tourism. Because of course there's
survive.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's gangs everywhere of types.
I was about to say, just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's happening. What
do they call them when they're in countries like that? It wouldn't be so much gangs. It'd be more like rebels, like because they're against the communists.
Yeah,
or whatever,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, revolutionists.
Like, what's his name there?
Che Guevara.
Yeah, he's posted everywhere there.
He is. They love him there. I almost bought one of those fucking hats, bro.
Havana?
I didn't go to Havana.
Yeah, you said you didn't go. Sorry, my fault, man.
No, I went to a town when I was out there, but it was a town called Trinidad, which was closer to where we kind of were. It's not Trinidad, the country.
Oh, I thought you went to go see my nephew's family.
Yeah, I went to Trinidad and Tobago. I fucking went all the way there from Cuba. No.
Hey, speaking of my nephew, that's another fucking thing that was crazy this weekend.
While I was away, yeah.
Yeah, man. They had this fucking Nike fucking Air Jordan Off-White Retro fucking 5 shoe that was coming out. And he wanted to go down there. $260 for the shoe online. It was fucking over $2,000.
People were flipping it for that much.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right? So I said, I'm going to take a trip down there the day before just to see what the lineup was like, see what it was like to fucking, because they're only selling at that one store in Ontario. So that was the only store you can get it at. What's the store called?
It's like a pop-up.
Recognize it's the Jordan one.
Yeah, but it's the one that's never open unless they're bringing out a shoe. Like it's
No, they have other stuff there.
No, but I think it's sometimes now is it a regular store? Because at one point it was just a pop-up shop for a while there. They were just doing shoe
No, I think it's a regular store
okay.
now beside, like, I think it's 21-9 West or
beside
whatever.
the boathouse there at Dundas Square.
Yeah, what's that clothing store? 9
No,
West
you're right.
or
You're
21.
right. It is one now, but at one point that was all they were doing it for. Like, there was a long ass time before they built it, where they were just using like it was just a storefront for the longest fucking time.
No,
right?
this thing's fucking huge,
you're right.
bro.
Yeah,
it's like fucking glass. Now that they got that whole Yonge and Dundas Square changing, that store is gonna probably stay there because it's a shoe store.
It's a
first of all,
sneakerhead shop. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I'll tell you, I'll have to repost this. I didn't think about posting it, but I'm gonna post the line on the late night chat because honestly, dude, this lineup was. See, well, they didn't. They did it the day before because we had that cold weather alert. And they didn't want people standing out in the lineup Friday to Saturday, right? So anybody who had $260 left to their name was going there to fucking reserve a spot or get a spot to fucking buy a shoe, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is Off-White. Am I getting old? What's Off-White? And Nelson tells me it's a clothing company, and I'm going, how the fuck do you know? Right? I look up at these clothes. Bro, rain jackets, $2,200. Fucking sandals for the beach, $225. Are you fucking crazy? People, and it's kids wearing it. It's not even adults, bro. Mm-hmm. It's kids wearing this shit. And I'm thinking, what's wrong? And that's no wonder the shoe was going for $2,000 online, right? So that night, they were giving out wristbands. And the lineup was already around the corner on fucking Elm Street, going all the way down, like past the Manulife Center and stuff like that and all that. It was crazy, man. I said the next day to Jaden, hey, Jaden, the lineup's there from the day before. He goes, no, you know what happened? He goes, they released a statement online saying because of the cold weather alert, they weren't going to have people standing outside on Friday to Saturday. So they were doing it the night before and giving wristbands. So, and then you weren't even guaranteed your size or anything like that. You were just guaranteed a spot.
But there's a lot of people there that are just gonna go get them and flip them,
right? Yeah. You go. My nephew said to look for specific sizes that people have a hard time finding or they're most popular.
Yeah.
And they make least the most popular, but they make the least amount of. He was saying 8 and 9s and shit like that.
They're more commonly worn sizes.
But they're easier to sell. He said.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So yeah, he's crazy when it comes to that. And that's because he does that.
Shout out to Shoe God.
Yeah, shout out to Shoe God. But yeah, no, it was it was a crazy thing, and I thought to myself, "Fuck,
Yeah.
that would have been crazy. It would have been me,
Yeah.
him, and I would have brought Nelson
Your
with me. That would have been
nephew.
3 pairs of
Yeah,
shoes he
yeah,
would have
yeah.
got that time.
Yeah, your
that day.
nephew. Did you mention that was your nephew? Or you just calling him by name? This is your nephew that we're
Yeah,
talking about.
Jaden. No, that's Jaden. Yeah, no.
No, I'm just saying for
Jaden.
the listeners who may or may not know. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yeah,
but
he is my nephew.
Yeah.
No. He's crazy, man. He loves doing what he does, man. He likes to make money. He likes to. His Instagram page has got all kinds of shit. If he's always trying to sell something, man. Yeah, it's a weird thing that he likes to do, but he likes doing it. He just puts the. He got my mom to bring him and flip a fucking shirt that he had the other day. He bought it for 60, flipped it for 100, and took the money and put it right in the savings.
That's how you do it, man.
I gotta teach him to teach me how to fuck it.
Yeah,
I gotta get him to
exactly.
teach me how to save money. Hey? Oh man.
Well, first off, I think he would tell us to stop doing this podcast.
Yeah, no. He's all right. He's all right with that. Like I was supposed to bring him home today. It would have been a nice drive, bring him home, shoot the shit with him. But yeah, other than that, it's
Yeah.
I get to see him when I see him, right?
Did you hear about the hockey stick shortage that could be looming right now?
No, why? Because they're breaking.
No, because they closed down one of the well, let's check our stats
Was
here.
it CCM or was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
they
plants,
closed
right?
down one of the plants in China or something.
There was
Hold
a
on.
big protest put on that, man. I told you. Remember, I was telling you something about the goalies and the hockey equipment with CCM. There was a big thing going on. Yeah. But these sticks have been breaking like crazy. They're doing a new design. They have a new design on some of these hockey sticks with a hole.
Well, because the newer ones are plexiglass and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
They'll shatter really. They can shatter very easily, right?
But they're missing out on quality goals, quality chances because of these sticks breaking. That's not right, man. I mean, you'd bring 10 sticks to a fucking game.
Yeah,
You'd
see,
bring-
China's manufacturing shutdown has NHL players strapped for sticks. We're talking about fucking players in the NHL now are trying to be more careful with their sticks. Meanwhile, during games, you see they
They're
just fucking
smashing
they're just like they throw them, they just go
Well,
grab
he
another one.
got a penalty for tossing that stick.
By
bro.
the end of the playoffs, people are going to be using brooms and shit.
Could you imagine that? Everybody's gonna use curling sticks. No, fuck. That's how they're gonna try to get the puck into the net. No, but yeah, no, they're missing a lot of quality stuff, man. Quality chances, quality shots. You're getting fucking slashing calls for no reason.
Oh, it's also due to the virus outbreak. It says there's a connection there, which I didn't even know
Oh, they
about.
don't want to touch them.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't tell me the NHL
No,
guys.
so this,
oh, maybe it was the town
so this,
that they're in.
At least this article, that's what I'm saying. This article,
Sorry.
right? He said they don't want to touch these things.
The hockey guys
So
are scared.
This article I'm reading here, it says the coronavirus outbreak that began in China is affecting the production of hockey sticks used by the world's top players, raising concerns about a potential shortage. Two major manufacturers, Bauer and CCM, have factories in China that have closed.
Yeah,
as a
both
result.
Canadian
Yeah,
companies. The
yes.
American companies, they're fucking working in China. This is what they get for working in China.
Players are beginning to make preparations in case stick supplies dry up. We'll see how long it lasts, Eichel said. Oh, Jack fucking Eichel, here we go. This asshole who just beat us the other way fucking whooped our ass last night. The fucking Buffalo.
No. Your team lost it.
They stunk it up. We
Your
have no
team lost.
defense.
I turned
We
it
have-
on, bro. It was 2-0 in
Okay,
Toronto.
We have,
Fuck this.
We have no fucking
Your
defense
team
right now.
sucks. And you
Our
guys
team
want
does
to talk.
not suck. Your fucking
but you
team sucks.
guys are supposed to not suck, man. How is Buffalo beating you?
Because we spent too much money on all our fucking forwards right now, and our goalie is fucking in and out. Not like our goalies are inconsistent. Our defense is fucking horrible.
She just ran with fucking Campbell, man. I don't know what happened.
It
Anderson's,
is
they
very
sat him
hard
too
for us
long
to
or
have
what?
a well-balanced team, okay?
I like
if
Anderson.
it's not one thing,
Don't get me
it's
wrong.
the other.
You know, I've said it all year, man. I like
I like
Anderson.
Anderson too, but he wasn't playing very well the other
And
day,
now
but
they
you
sat
can't blame him.
No, but
You
where's
can't-
your defense? You're giving away the fucking.
Exactly.
You're giving
You're
away.
walking right in. These guys got 3 goals in a minute and a half, bro. You can't blame that all on
Well,
Anderson.
No, and it's like I had the same fight with my fucking uncle, man.
Fucking
about
Okaposo, that
Price.
fucking bum, walked in there and got a goal, for fuck's sakes. I hate that guy. That guy's shit.
he walked in from the defense.
Yeah,
I know.
What a guy just runs right in. He's just like, oh, fucking shittiest goal from fucking like before the the blue line or some shit. Right? It wasn't for the blue line, but it was ridiculous.
No,
right?
but yeah, but he still faced what's it called? At least 36 shots, right? So I mean,
double
but-
the shots. It was like 30
Yeah.
something to like 17 at one
One
point.
point,
That
yeah.
was like ridiculous.
But that's what happened to when Montreal and Toronto played the day after you left. Montreal had only one shot in the second period, and Toronto had like 12 or something like that. I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden, Montreal doubled Toronto's in the third period, right? But it's like I was arguing with my uncle the other day. And I like goalies. Trust me, I'm not. I'm a more of a goalie guy and I'm having a bad season with goalies this year. But I'm more of a goalie guy when it comes to following players. And it's like I was saying, he was arguing with me about Price the other day, letting Boston score fucking 4 goals. I said, one player scored 3 goals, okay? One player. So it was only one player, really.
Again?
Fuck, huh?
It's again?
No, against Boston, right?
No,
when
who
Montreal
was the
played
Boston player, though?
Pasternak.
Oh, Pasternak.
Fucking
yeah.
guy, man. That guy, he's not
He's a
even. He was
machine.
in the fucking thing. He's
I
in the
know.
offensive zone for 13
I hate
seconds,
that guy,
and he
man.
scores 3 goals.
He
comes from nowhere.
He's a machine, bro.
There's something, and
yeah.
he's too cocky, you know. His cowboy hat and his
yes,
fucking.
I'm aware he's cocky.
Him and Subban. I don't know who looks. They're twins with their cowboy
Bro,
jackets and their long
Subban,
things.
do you see how many fucking points this guy has this year?
Nothing.
This guy's got 14 fucking points or something.
He doesn't care, bro. Right now, he's gonna be the new. I told you what he's gonna be, man. He's gonna be the new the host of fucking some sort of hockey fucking thing because he's on with that. Isn't he married to that media or engaged to that media chick?
You know, and I'm not saying this is the reason why, but it seems that like. For whatever reason, there's a bad long streak of black players in the NHL right now. Whether it's this or it's that, it's a controversy. Or Buddy was just arguing with them about how they treat them unfairly. What the fuck?
Something's going on.
Yeah, Bufflin, isn't he mixed or whatever? That whole thing. Buddy, the goalie from Ottawa back in the day. Remember, he went to Europe to play. He was a really fucking good goalie. He played on Ottawa. I forgot the fucking goalie's name. He went and played in Europe for a little bit.
I can't
remember his name.
No,
but it just seems that they have a hard time in the NHL, right? I mean, I know it's a predominantly white sport.
It always has been,
yeah.
but it doesn't make them not any less of a hockey player.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. That's no excuse, and I'm not saying that they should be treated any differently. But it just seems that they have a bad, like, you know what I mean, like whatever, like.
No, they're both two of the black guys are in New Jersey right now.
Oh,
Simmons and right? So it's funny they're both on the same team there, and they're not doing good.
Duclair's in Ottawa. No, she's in Ottawa.
Ottawa, yeah. But he's the half, right?
It just seems that they're all having really bad years now, and if it's not one thing, it's the other. Whether they're not just playing well, or they're having some sort of problems with the players or the media. That's what I mean. Like, it just seems that there's like a cloud over them right now. Like right now, they just
maybe the coaches are afraid and they don't know how to talk to them.
I don't know.
In a sense, like, you know, like, because now being a coach these days is hard too. You got to watch what you say too.
But that's what I mean. Even in light of everything that happened in the NHL this year, you know, it was funny. They were talking about.
Past year, yeah.
I was watching the game yesterday, and they were talking about the Eric fucking Lindros thing again, about how he didn't want to join the Nordiques back in the day.
Oh, cry me a river.
No, that's what I mean. Like, I'm like, why is this getting brought up again? He's like, they sat him down for like a one-on-one interview where he's talking about how back in the day it was people hated him there, and they thought that he was hating on Ottawa or whatever, or the Nordiques, and the fact that not Ottawa, Quebec. And that he was just hating on all of them, but meanwhile he just didn't like the coach, because when he got drafted there, but he refused to join the team after that. Do you remember? So, but I was like, why is this being talked about right now? Everybody already knows all this. Like, it was just I don't know why it got brought back up in the media again, but I guess he was doing the rounds and people wanted somebody asked for an interview and they were talking with him about it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It seems like every week now it's like a new fucking a controversy. It seemed like NHL, like, yes, like all sports, there's always been some sort of controversy or backlash or something like that, like something that gets brought up. You know what I mean? It's a business, it's an industry, right?
Yeah, so, obviously.
But like, I don't know, just this past year, it's just like there's a lot of bad press for the NHL this past year, like a lot. Like, whether it's, and even old things are getting unearthed now, right? Like, and you know, like, it's not all bad. Like, I guess mistreatment of players is something that people should be aware of, obviously. But it's you know, it just, where there was the coaching thing, and then there was the whole the whole thing about white bullies and stuff like that in NHL. It just seems odd. And then yeah, in baseball recently, did you hear about what happened in baseball recently?
Yeah, Tony
Fernandez died.
Yeah, he had issues too already, but he's had issues for a few years. He was in an induced coma. He had a stroke. Up about it.
He died, but he
had a stroke
issues
before.
But he had,
kidney issues before.
Not liver. You're right. Yeah,
and it caused him to to have a stroke, and they had to put him into a deuce coma or whatever because of the pneumonia he had, and those complications when you have pneumonia and stuff like that, when you're going through issues like that, it's not easy, obviously, and that's he's not that old. I think he was 57 years old, right? He wasn't that old. I mean, he was 50. He's in his 50s, so I mean, 57, yeah, 57, right? If I'm not mistaken, or 50.
He was in his 50s,
yeah, because he's only a year older than somebody I know. I think it was 50s.
And then they found out now the last. I think the Astros, when they won the World Series, they found out that somebody had figured out the pitcher's plays. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah, they were talking about it. They figured out they were caught cheating. Right?
Yeah. So now it's tainted. They got fined. They lost one of their first round picks. But now but they're not taking away the title from them. They still won. Yeah. But the fact now that they found out that they were cheating, it's tainted. Like that's and they're gonna have a rough fucking year now in baseball ahead of them, right? Like this
it's not that they'll be in the media, but they're not. The media is gonna call them out how did he know
fans,
about that?
Though, they're gonna get booed, man, half the fucking time. Well, of course.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to change it that much.
It's tainted
you know what?
Now.
That's the only thing that made a difference with that is that it became out in the public.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not like they haven't been trying to figure out people. You don't think you go to another team and you try to give up a few fucking.
That goes on a lot.
Exactly.
Shit. Yeah,
so
yeah,
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like hockey, man.
Yeah.
You're like you tend to give up some of your secrets when you go to another team, right?
It's that they got caught.
You're not supposed to, but
it's that they got caught.
Yeah, it's that they got caught. Exactly. It's just like when you're using performance enhancement drugs. It's all good until you get caught.
Well, that was huge in baseball too, right? For a long time there. Yeah. So.
It's all like that, right? Yeah. And it's all good until you get caught, right? And
anyways, back to this fucking thing.
But the hockey
stick
thing, man.
Yeah,
they're saying in
Jack
Mexico
Eichel
they're
says
okay.
He goes through 100. Yeah, they mentioned Tijuana
100 sticks
here.
a season, bro.
Yeah,
that's a
what he
lot.
said.
And they're custom made for these guys.
Yeah.
They were saying they make everything down to the curve for them. Perfect. These guys know what kind of curve they want.
Dallas
they know what kind of
center again changes sticks each game and was worried enough about running out that he stopped at his mom's house outside Toronto before a game against the Maple Leafs to pick up 2 more just in case.
You see that? He went by his mommy's.
That's all that was left in the garage.
And then he beat you.
Seguin said, "Fuck off."
He scored on you guys.
I'll just manage.
Hey, didn't they beat? I'll tell you something about Bishop that night. He helped me out that night. Oh, he also helped me out fucking against Montreal too as well.
I just picked up Pavelski from them. He was in there for a couple days, but I picked him up. What do you mean, fuck Pavelski?
I'm in fucking still in 4th place, bro. I'm going to take this fucking playoffs this year. I'm going after my buddy Mike. Fuck you. Okay, I'm going after him.
I'm still doing good in my pool. I'm still.
I have kind of sucked it up this last 2 weeks, man. I'm lucky nobody's passed me, man.
It's getting close for me though. Like they're nipping at my heels now.
Well, I got like
about a month and a half.
Problem, man.
A month and a half to go.
There's nobody to pick up.
We got about a month and a half to go right now of the season or the regular season. So here's hoping, man, because it's.
I'm gonna try to make some trades this week.
If I win, guys, I'm gonna come here on the show. I'm gonna throw the money around and fucking talk shit about all the players. Watch.
No, I gotta try to pick up some players and make some trades right now because I'm fucked. Because the thing is that at least it doesn't go on until like this one doesn't go on right into the playoffs, right?
Mine
this
neither.
goes on.
It's a season. Yeah. It's a regular season.
And I think after the trade deadline we start doing playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Like we have a trade deadline on it, and then we start doing playoffs, right? So when that happens, everybody starts going nuts. People are trying to make trades now, and they're trying to give up their guys and trying to, So I'm trying to score. I just trying to make a deal for somebody, right? I just need something top notch because if Toronto doesn't make it and I lose Tavares, well, Tavares hasn't been doing nothing for me. Sorry.
It's Matthews.
He's playing fucking.
Matthews
but no, Tavares is playing. You know what he's playing?
Marner.
He's playing defense. He's playing more defense. If you notice his style that he's playing,
like people that are putting up points are Marner and Matthews right now.
Well, because
the Leafs.
They have to bring one back because you guys got nobody in the back.
You know who's been pretty consistent for me. The only Leaf I have on my team that I was able to snag because he was injured at the time. I had him in my IR list. Hyman. And he's been pretty consistent, man. He usually gets me at least a point a game. He's not
gonna be a keeper, right?
No, but he's on my team right now
because
he gets me a point almost every game. He gets me a point almost every game, an assist or a goal. Or
he tries hard.
Yeah, lots of
he
shots.
Tries hard.
That's what I mean. Like, so it's not like fucking.
There's been a lot of
elite
suspensions
player,
too in the game in the season this year.
Yeah.
There's been a lot. There was another suspension with Cassian.
That was the other thing. That fucking Buffalo game they played, they weren't calling shit on the on fucking Buffalo because they were playing in fucking Buffalo and nothing was being fucking called. It was ridiculous.
But you know what? That's no excuse. It was a minute. It was a minute and 30 seconds, bro. And
that was horrible. The 3 goals.
I'm sorry.
Listen, we talked about it. I said they got spanked.
But no, it's like
I watched
Montreal.
the game.
Okay, Montreal. We took a shot from Gallagher the other day. Took a shot from Chara in the neck. Cross check from Chara in the neck.
Yeah.
And then he's fucking gets told to go fuck himself by the referee. Because the referee, there was a tripping right there in front of 2 refs. Nobody called in overtime, and it led to a goal. Right on Dallas's end. Right. Your buddy over at Sagan, what the fucking his name is, not Sagan. What's not Dallas? He's the one who plays on Dallas.
He plays in Dallas now.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. He's the fucker that scored the goal. It's just a backhander, but it should have been a fucking.
I said Buffalo before because
I thought they were gonna scrap out, man. Referee and Gallagher, they had to. One other ref had to split them both up.
Yeah.
It was on the fucking NHL thing, right? I was dying. I was going, oh my god, Gallagher's gonna fucking get into a scrap with fucking. The referee now? First fucking Chara the other night. He wanted to go at Chara, bro, for cross-checking him in the neck.
Yeah. And then you got Buddy, fucking slash Buddy with his skate and his...
and then I got that fucking goon there, Cassian. You know, Zach. I got him. And he's suspended. I can't fucking do anything,
7 fucking games.
He's sitting on the bench.
Yeah, 7 games.
Right? I was wondering why I'm losing all my hits and all my fucking penalty minutes is because he's sitting on the fucking bench. Right, but I don't know. And then they lost Trice. They lost McDavid again. It's been a rough week for the NHL.
Is he injured again?
Yeah, I think he's injured again because of his last fucking. The last because he didn't do the operation, right? Right for his knee that time. He chose not to do that operation. Apparently, I thought he did it, but apparently in that thing he did, he just did rehab, and. Because they didn't know if the operation was going to actually go through.
Yeah.
And now he fucked up his calf or some shit like that. I think he blew a calf or something like that. So he's fucked. I don't even know if he's going to come back before the playoffs, bro.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, Draisaitl doesn't care. He's still fucking getting a fucking assists every fucking game. He doesn't need Connor McDavid to fucking play. He's still good.
He's first right now, I think. And he's first in
assists?
Yeah, no, I think in like points.
Who, McDavid?
Overall. No, Draisaitl. Like he's
maybe
first.
In points, yeah, but not in goals.
No, in points though.
Maybe in points. Yeah, he's fucking. He put the stick. Yeah. He's just he's
good.
another. He should be paid more than Marner.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. There's some of these guys that are out there that are making a lot less.
This is his breakout year, though. This one.
Like, it was like a William Karlsson last year, and a fucking like when you fucking come out for your second year.
Well, right? That's the thing about pools that are unpredictable because there's a lot of people that are having flop years compared to last year, right? Like,
they're supposed to be ranked like way up there, right?
I just picked one up and then traded him away right away because I'm like, oh, maybe this guy will do me some good, but he keeps getting less and less time. That Johansson guy from Nashville, fucking guy's on the first line, and now the new coach that they got over there, he's giving him less and less ice time because he's not producing. He's giving him like 14 fucking minutes a game, 15 minutes because the guy hasn't got a point, a goal in fucking I don't know how many games, right? And the guy last year had like I don't know 60 something points, right? Yeah. So he's the top line.
Yeah.
Guy has 30 points right now, 31 points, right? And it's like, what, you have 20 games left, 22 games, whatever, how many games they have left, right? So
that's all they have,
25 games, I think, some crazy, teams have. Yeah, it's in the 20s now. So
it's a real race right now, guys.
We're
coming for you.
You guys that are in those pools, and you might end up getting lucky, even like me. I got super fucking lucky. I had Zucker on my team from Minnesota.
Yeah.
In the Yahoo leagues, he was only owned by like 20% people because he had like he was doing all right, but in Minnesota, not a great plus minus. He maybe had 30 something points, right? Fucking guy gets traded to Pittsburgh. He's playing with Crosby now.
You got lucky.
Fucking guy is owned by over 60% of the league now from like 20 something over like a couple days, right? So like I got real lucky there. That happened when I was away. I fucking got Wi-Fi one day. I checked on the pool like once.
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck. I'm like, this is awesome. You got picked up by Pittsburgh.
They're just moving everybody around.
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
Well, this is, trade deadline comes, that happens, right? Sometimes you actually end up with a better position for your player than what he previously was, right? So
they The only one that's doing the greatest for me this year is, like I said, is Eichel still, man. He's still getting me averages.
I told
a
you.
point a week.
Hey, listen.
A point a game.
We have
almost.
proof on this fucking show.
This is only his second year, or what? He didn't play all of last year.
He got drafted with the Matthews.
That was that same year, right?
Yes, when it was a rookie, he came in the same year as Matthews, and that like
he's just getting bigger. He's starting to fall into himself. Like he's starting to play a lot better. Well, when you're the top on the team, really.
They were saying back then that he was actually the one to look out for. They were saying that
because slowly he was going to creep up. Right? He wasn't ready yet, but he was. Everybody was talking about
Matthews, but like at the end of the day, like even with the hockey cards, with the
Buffalo
hockey cards,
picked him first, no?
Yeah,
over Matthews.
Yeah,
didn't
I believe so. Yeah. They had pick over.
I thought they had to pick over you guys, and they picked him.
That's apparently the guy.
Like, what the fuck?
That's the guy to look out for. They were saying before. He's good, man. He's good.
I still think Matthews is. He's just a little
but
cocky.
He's on Buffalo.
I think he's been getting a little cocky. Matthews could be the Mexican in him. Right? I don't know. He's getting a little bit weird, man. He's not.
But the way he strolls in with his suits.
Yeah, that and his dirty stash. Okay, he's got the Mexican stash happening. He does now I can see where it comes from. And then you know what? When he wants to score a goal, he'll score it.
Yeah,
that's the sad part. Is he could be doing that all the time.
I will say, seeing those pictures of him at the All Stars, I was like, come on, man. Uh-huh. He rolled in with that like Ron Burgundy fucking that outfit.
I'm telling you, bro. These guys get a little bit of money, and the weirdness comes out.
Yeah, he had like
it's always in there.
He had like one of those scarves.
Yeah, remember, it's always been in there. It just comes out more. Now you got money, you can afford the weird shit.
But it's the stash that sets them apart. The stash is ridiculous. The stash is not a good look, man.
I don't know why. Maybe he doesn't want to be around kids, bro. I told you that already. Maybe that was the whole point.
I've spoken to women though that like find him attractive though, but now that he's rolling with the stash, they don't like the new look. With the
stash. But there's women that like that dirty stash too. They like that. Yeah, it tickles me.
I don't know. I don't think the stash is a good look personally, but that's just me.
Yeah,
coming from somebody that can't grow a stash like that.
No way you could. I'm pretty sure you can grow a lot better one.
I'm sure, but no,
not a beard, but a stash, no problem, right? Yeah. Fuck, man, it's hilarious, dude. I don't know why. I don't know if nobody wants to tell him that he looks fucking stupid. Because I'll hashtag this and say, "Hey, Matthews, you look stupid, bro." I don't care if you're the top goal scorer.
Listen, I'm not defending him as a Leafs player, and you're
and
like
Justin Bieber, stop rocking the Matthews stash.
It's the
new logo of Ontario, I guess. The dirty stash. Think about it.
Yeah. No, I can't. Listen, guys. I know he's a Montreal Canadiens fans, but I'm not going to defend Matthews in that stash. I'm sorry.
And they were worried, and they didn't want Plekanec to have a goatee on the team. Like, really, dude? That's just a kick in the face. That's like, you gotta shave your goatee.
The stash is not a good.
And
look.
then, but the next year, they'll let fucking Matthews put this fucking dirty. Looks like he hasn't wiped his chin and his upper lip. After he was eating out Marner's ass or something.
Hey, okay, now that's enough. That's enough. I'm not going to let you besmirch Marner like that, all right?
Sorry, Nylander, whoever you want.
Well, Nylander, okay. But
he gave the puck away the other day. He caused the first goal, bro. Yeah, sorry, I had to.
No, Hyman actually.
Somebody, there was one that he let.
He fucked up. Hyman did on one of them, too. Wrong. Yeah, there was a couple of
but Hyman got the penalty, though. Was it a penalty? No.
Yeah, but he I think also gave up the puck on one of those plays. Well, who fucking cares?
Who cares?
They sucked it up.
Montreal's gonna catch him, hopefully.
At least I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to come on here and say when they do shit.
No, I see.
And like you tries to put a positive spin on everything. Oh,
why not? Because you never know, bro.
Yeah,
you never know.
That's a true Toronto fan for you. We talk shit with the best with them about our own team. Like,
yeah, I fucking defend my team right to the end, and that's why I said to my uncle, what are you turning into Toronto
fan
now?
When I was at the resort, there was a bunch of French people there. One night I was in the bar and as one of the French guys started chatting with me. And you could like full on French accent. So I'm like, hey, so where are you from? And he said some fucking town. I don't know where the fuck, like close to probably Quebec or something like that.
Yeah.
And and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry to hear that. And he's like, fuck you, oh, he was like, with like the full French accent, right? I'm like, oh, you know what's wrong with you guys? You tried to become not part of Canada years ago. I was like, that's why we don't respect you anymore.
Yeah, exactly. We had the chance, man.
And then then he was going on. I'm like, I'm like making fun of him. Like next he's gonna start talking about the Quebecois. I'm like, why? And then he started talking about.
It's funny, eh? You get to meet a French guy down there.
No,
eh?
it was fun.
Oh,
We were having a good time. We
having a few drinks.
Shout out to that guy. I don't even remember his fucking name, but he was a funny French dude. We had some fucking drinks that night. That's for sure. He was wasted. This guy was like I don't know 60 or so. He missed his fucking flight, bro. He missed his flight, and he was there like he had to be.
People don't care, man. Some of those people, they don't give a fuck. Because they're in their 60s, they don't give a shit.
He had met his daughter down there. Like, his daughter was going to be there longer than him.
Yeah.
And he, I guess, had come up before she got up there. So then I guess his daughter arrived late, and then he ended up missing his flight. So then to stay there with his daughter for a few more days, he ended up extending his vacation. But it was just one of those things. I'm like, ooh, that's got to suck. Non-refundable fucking flight loss, You got to book another flight out of there one way.
Yeah, but he probably didn't give a fuck.
Nah.
He was loving it. He probably used that as an excuse, but he was probably getting the fucking little Cuban women down there. You know how you see those dirty old 65 fat-year-old men with those fucking...
Fat-year-old men?
No, 65-year-old fat man. Sorry, yeah, I did say fat-year-old. Fat men that fucking sit there and picking up these fucking Cuban girls and walking around with these fucking young Cuban girls. It's not right, man. So they do that over there too, if you didn't notice.
Of course.
Those Russians go down there.
Yeah, there was Russians down there. Yeah,
Russians.
absolutely. Yeah.
We're in a communist country that you're gonna find it.
Yeah.
They probably just they won't let all communists down there, but
So yeah.
Otherwise, they let Trump down there.
Enough about Matthews and his fucking attire and mustache. So TV and movies. There. What have you been watching lately?
I caught up on everything, bro. So you got
Outsider.
a lot of catching up to do.
The thing I'm gonna catch up on this week and start watching because I haven't started yet, so I can chat with you about it on here is Picard. I still have to watch that. I haven't got on that yet, but I'm up to date on the Outsider.
Suspenseful too.
I'm up to date on The Outsider. I'm a huge Larry David fan. The creator of Seinfeld. Curb Your Enthusiasm has come back. I'm up to date on that. It's been. I
don't know. I never watched Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It's a certain type of humor. It's not for everybody, but I love it. And like he is like the most annoying man in the world. So if you some people I've seen watch it and they can't stand him, so they don't like the show. But like I think it's funny. So it's like
people would say that about you, eh?
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. I think we get along. My girlfriend says that all the time. No, it's true. She's like, I'm just shaking. She's shaking her head at every decision he makes on the show, and I'm like agreeing with his what he does, right? I'm like, yeah, exactly. I get it.
You're fine.
And then Lock and Key. I was telling you about that to watch that. Lock and Key, guys, get on that. That's a new Netflix show.
I actually watched the first 2 episodes so far. I'm still trying to figure it all out, right?
It takes a bit to get into it.
To absorb it, right? Yeah. But I mean, it's different. It's a different style of. I mean, like I said, I'm not a big. It's more of a fantasy.
It is.
Right. So I don't know if I'm so big into that.
Basically, what it is, guys, it's based on a comic book series. But it's written by Joe Hill. Joe Hill is Stephen King's son. I guess he goes by that name because he didn't want that whole King association.
Because maybe. All of a sudden you'd be selling all kinds of shit.
Right.
He wants to be able to do it on his own, like normal people, right?
So Joe Hill is he wrote this comic book series. He also writes novels, but he wrote it like years ago. It's kind of like a horror fantasy kind of story. It's basically them in I think it's them in Maine, of course, and they have this house called Hill House that was like left in their family, and Lock House, I think it's called. Their last name's Locke, the family. So they have this. They have this.
L-O-C-K-E?
L-O-C-K-E, yeah. So they have this house that was left like generation to generation, and the main family in the story, their father gets killed. This all happens in the first episode. You find out the father gets killed, and then the mother takes the children and they move back to his family home that they never actually had spent any time in because the father always kind of didn't want to go back there, and they don't really know why. Like I guess he had like bad memories there. You you learn more as you go throughout the series.
That's what I'm starting to notice, right? Like as second
it
episode,
it's a slow burn, but I would suggest to stick with it because there's a lot of cool things things that unfold and then you learn. There's a lot of mystery and secrets and stuff. But essentially, they go to this house and the kids find out that there's magical keys in the house that all do different things.
Well, one kid finds out.
But then the other kids will find out eventually.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm jumping ahead here. So that's all I'll say.
That's it. Don't say too much because I'm still trying to watch, buddy.
It's good. It's really good. So basically, there's a lot of mystery and like fantasy, and there's some horror elements in it too. There's some.
I haven't seen that part. Any horror yet.
There's some dark elements.
I mean, darker maybe a little bit. Not,
dark
not,
elements.
not horror. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Outsiders is really getting good.
The Outsider, yeah.
Or The Outsider, yeah. I don't know why I say Outsiders for
some
some reason. Maybe because I'm used to the film.
Movie. Yeah.
Right? So it throws me off, right?
Yeah.
But no, that one's getting really good, right? And it's getting really suspenseful too, right? So every ending ends fucking crazy, and it's like, you bitch.
Yeah.
Now you got to wait till next week until it
the last
comes
few
back out. It's
episodes
not like
something like
Netflix,
that.
right?
Lock and Key is on Netflix, by the way, as well. It's 10 episodes.
You can watch them all.
Yeah.
Download the whole series and then watch the whole fucking thing or whatever,
About
right?
2 episodes more to go on that one. What else?
I'm mad with Netflix too because Netflix, after if you download a thing twice or whatever, you can't download it anymore for the whole season.
Is that right?
A lot of things now.
I didn't know
a lot of
that.
stuff is changing. Like I was telling you about what's it called, Departed and all that.
Yes.
I downloaded it, expired in a day, and then I went to download it again. That's the second time you can, because I wanted to. Sometimes you can watch. It's good to watch when you're offline, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Now they stopped doing it.
For anybody that watched and enjoyed our last show, let us know where we talked about it was a little bit different format for us. We basically wanted to focus on breaking down a movie again, like some people had said they liked us when we discussed different movies. So we kind of came up with a bunch of topics. Or had taken them from another show. Essentially, I was inspired by another show, and we used their topics of conversation to break down a movie that we rewatched for the first time in a long time. It was Shawshank Redemption. So go back if you guys have yet to watch that and check that out. And the video should be up by the time you guys see this one. I know I was a little late to posting that. Yeah.
No, that's okay. He was on vacation.
The podcast, the audio was out though.
Yeah.
And so it's a little bit different for us. We don't know if we're going to regularly just do those. Maybe every time we need to pre-record something for this show, if we're going to start our own show, maybe just bank a bunch and then release them. So we're still trying to figure out that part of it. But
it's a whole different aspect.
Yeah.
It's a whole different type of talking than doing this right here too, right? I mean, you gotta.
Plus, there's a lot of work that goes into it. Yeah, there's
you
notes.
Gotta sit there. I gotta take fucking notes.
Yeah.
Right. I hate taking notes.
But it's fun. It is fun to discuss. Like the actual discussion is good, but it takes a lot. It's not just like we can show up.
But talk about this. The movie you picked for this one. I watched it again.
There's a lot going on.
And there's a lot going.
Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah,
I forgot.
yeah.
Holy fuck! I gotta maybe watch it 2 or 3 times.
It's a good one.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I love it. I think
it is great.
It's one of Jack Nicholson's last movies.
I think it's his last one.
If it's not if it's not the last, it's like his second last film.
I can't remember anything else that he did after that.
Let's check actually right now.
To be honest with you, like
it was the last movie
unless
I saw.
he did like a voiceover for something.
It was the last movie I saw, but it doesn't mean that it's the last
I know
actual.
what you're saying, but because he doesn't do movies anymore.
No.
Right?
He just sits on the beach with hoagies and
that's it. He's probably one of those guys in Cuba with those young women. But he still looks good for his age too. For a fucking guy that's in his 80s, got to be. He's born in 1937.
Yeah, see, it's not his last.
Oh yeah, he had the bucket list and all that.
He had
shit
a few.
still. Yeah,
bucket list.
Yeah, but
I'm
those
still
were...
here. Oh, he just made a cameo, and that's the one with that fucking Joker actor. What's his name? That's the one where he's like a rapper. I'm still here.
Oh yeah.
That movie's fucking weird.
I didn't know if he made it. He must have made an old man appearance in that fucking.
How do you know? Whatever that is. But look, Departed came out in 2006. He had about 2 full films after that. Yeah, see, video short. So he had 2 full films. So it was his third last movie. Like
Bucket List was just a joke movie, right? Like it was just.
What do you mean it's a joke?
It was a joke. I mean, it's because it's 2 old men.
Morgan Freeman.
I know, but it's just 2 old men.
I've never watched it. But Christine keeps trying to tell me to watch it.
I've never watched it. I've seen the previews for it. It's us 2 old men.
I feel that just seeing the previews for it, I don't need to watch it. You know what I mean? Like I'm like 2 old men, accepting death. It seems like I don't need to watch that.
You missed a lot, man. I mean,
I don't know, but yeah. So it looks like it was one of his last films.
Speaking, I was looking at that said the Academy, the fucking Oscars he missed this week too.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of shit that happened on there. Our buddy there. Performed after fucking 17
Lose
years.
Yourself,
14 years or whatever.
18 years
Holy
late.
fuck. I was
Weird
going.
choice.
I was having wet dreams when that fucking
Weird
song
choice
came
to
out.
pick "Lose Yourself" is because it's
It's
associated
because
with
it
the
was
movie?
it's because he won an
it's the
Oscar for it,
Oscars.
right?
Right.
He won an
right.
Oscar for that song too. Well, didn't he win the Oscar for that song that year? He said he was home sleeping with his kid. That was his excuse. He said he was at home watching the Oscars and he passed
That
out.
seems weird. It was probably a fuck you to the industry.
Back then,
yeah.
back then he was giving a fuck all to everybody.
Was that during the time
He
though?
was a
with
kid.
The,
He was at the white. That was the time
no,
with that
but was-
Christina Aguilera shit.
No, not just that. Wasn't that after the Triumph dog thing?
Yeah,
where he grabbed that fucking
yeah.
dog?
That's what I'm saying. The Christina Aguilera shit.
But that
Remember
was
when
at
he
the
was in the white
Grammys,
shit?
so that wasn't the Oscars.
No, but that's why I think he didn't go to the Oscars.
Oh yeah, because he wasn't
He did the 8
behaving
Mile
at
movie.
these fucking
No.
shows. That's why.
But it's like now they do with the baby. They don't put him out. They don't go and they're starting to realize. Did you see what Puff? And I don't know if it's a Puff Daddy thing. If was signed with them,
Who?
the baby. I gotta double check that. If
He's
he's
signed
got
to Atlantic, isn't
yeah,
he?
so it's somewhere underneath
yeah,
there,
it's
right?
Not, yeah.
But it's still somewhere underneath.
Isn't he
Bad
signed to
Boy.
Interscope? He's signed to Interscope, not Atlantic.
I don't know, but
He's
why
like
is
a
he?
joint
Why is he
deal.
there doing? And listen, he's doing something with fucking Puff Daddy too and all that. Because I think he went and had a talk with him too after, eh? All this shit's been happening lately. He supposedly has another kid on the way.
Diddy's involved in a lot of
And
different
then
things.
Nick
right?
Cannon the other day starts to say, "You don't mess with guys like the baby from Charlotte." Like, cuck, he's
signed
just scared
He's
of it.
with Interscope.
He is with Interscope,
Yeah.
right? So maybe he's helped do a tour with Universal Group. Well, who fucking knows?
Interscope, Universal Music Group. Yeah, so it's
fucking
like a
Puff
joint.
Daddy has money everywhere in there.
Yeah.
Who knows? If you're going to his fucking place to fucking perform, he's probably gonna. Maybe they knew that he had to go to an award show and went to talk to him. Remember, he did some crazy shit this last fucking.
Yeah, but Diddy's like a mogul now, so he's involved. He's got his hands in all kinds of things.
Well,
right
I think
now,
he's
right? Yeah.
also, what do you call it? He tries to help some of these guys come up, like when they're fucked up like that. Like he's not normal. Like, you know what I mean? When you're coming up from, it makes you look good too, right? It makes Puff Daddy look good on fucking on
I'm
media,
still
social
convinced
media.
Diddy was involved in a
Oh,
lot
so
of
am I,
shit
bro.
back in the day that
So
he got
am I.
off the hook for. You know this,
and he's
right?
he's walking around one day. He's gonna be like that revenge video, and it's gonna come back to haunt him, bro. Like that.
So yeah,
That's another one that fucking came out that you
when
weren't
I was
here.
away, I just actually watched it with
2
Jay here
days after
before.
he left, guys. Not even, man.
So
2
Joyner,
days.
Joyner Lucas dropped the full video for Revenge, which was previously the little snippet before the ADHD song, but now it was its whole full song that we talked about, I think, a couple episodes ago.
But the baby said he's taking back the rest of the year.
Right. Yeah, well, now that Wayne and M have dropped, right? So,
Well, Joyner's got, and then Peter, like I was talking with my cousin there, right? In the what do you call it? Schwiggity?
yeah. The Schwiggity. That's what I called it yesterday. Jay's like, hey, what are you up to? I'm like, I'm in the Schwiggity.
So yeah, I sent him the Joyner song,
Yeah.
and he says I still like the baby better.
You know, that's kind of fucked up to say, though. They're two different rappers, right? Like, I can appreciate both, but you can't really say that one's
Who's
better than the other.
Yeah.
because they're two
different
different type
styles.
of rappers. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because I mean, in terms of like rappers that rap like the baby, like I would say that the baby, but Joyner's, a lyrical guy. Like, and the baby is too. Don't get me wrong. I like the baby. Like, I think he is pretty lyrical, but he's got like one flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
All
Joyner.
his songs sound the same.
But that's the criticism
That is
he's
the
having
criticism
right
he's
now.
getting now,
And
yeah.
I can't disagree. He
No.
does what he does very well, though.
Yeah.
So, like, if he still keeps
She-
putting out that same type of music, I'll listen to it and I'll enjoy it. But you can't really say that he's an elite rapper. You know what I
It
mean? You
isn't
can't
gonna
say.
keep trending.
Right.
Only that trend lasts for so long.
So, if I was him, on the next album he comes
Yeah,
out with, he's
he's
gonna
gotta
have
throw
to
it
switch it
totally
up
different.
somehow. Yeah, that's how you stay relevant. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's gonna switch it up on everybody and surprise everyone. If he has that in him, which I think he does, then let's see it. But like really,
That's why I'm trying to wonder what the fuck how Joyner's coming out, because this has been a crazy year, ladies and gentlemen. You know that for music so far, it's already started off with a bang.
yeah,
The first 3 months got top selling. Are gonna have top selling records.
yeah, because Joyner comes out March 27th, I think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So-
yeah, well, you I'm sure if you
Just
guys are
before
sick,
your birthday.
sick of here. No, after a couple weeks after.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brother's
Yeah,
is
yeah.
on the 28th.
Yeah. A lot of people in March.
I know if I can
That we
mess
know.
you up and my
Yeah,
brother.
a
That's
lot
hilarious.
of people that we know it's Marches. But yeah, so if you guys are sick of hearing us talk about Joyner, sorry, because next month when the album drops, we're gonna be
That's all we're gonna
dissecting
be
that
talking
one.
about.
Yeah,
Fuck you guys.
But
Did you get to listen to
the Revenge
anything?
video, I just watched it before we recorded here today with Jay. Actually, I had never seen it yet. Good video, but I don't think it was. He wasn't trying to say anything. I feel with this one, like his other videos, like which is fine with me. It was just like a cool cinematic video. The fucking video was like 8.5
I
minutes
think
long.
it was just talking about getting revenge
I think,
on the people that doubted him.
yeah, check it out, guys, if you haven't seen it. But the video essentially, it's
Or
like a
didn't
bank
trust him.
heist gone wrong. The guy turned around and killed him, like tried to kill him, shot him in the head. Somehow he
It's part
survived.
of that movie. Oh fuck, man.
That happens in many movies.
No,
though,
but there
man.
was a movie specifically
Heat.
like that. Heat. Yeah, there was another one too. Wasn't there another one like fuck,
Dead
man,
Presidents.
Heist?
Like
Dead Presidents.
There's
yeah.
lots of these bank
Wasn't there a
heist
heist?
movies, but that's what I mean. Like it's happened before. Like these heist things, there was always like the one
Yeah, they
odd
got
man
those
out where
Jabberwocky
they
fucking
turn around,
faces.
they turn around and they shoot the one guy because they're like they don't want to bring that guy in anymore. On the town is a bank robbing movie. There's lots of these movies, right? So it was one of those scenarios, and then 2 years later he comes back for revenge. Hence the name of the song, because he survives the shooting after
Yeah.
the guy tried to kill him. They all went off, got rich because of that job. He got nothing.
Yeah.
So now he comes back
He's pissed.
and he's pissed, and he's wearing flagrant weird fucking wigs throughout the whole video.
It's funny though.
Yeah,
but,
it is
man.
funny.
And
It
I'm
is funny.
surprised they don't know it's him.
It's obviously he's wearing like bad fucking wigs throughout it, and like he keeps popping up in each of their lives and killing them in the video. And meanwhile, the whole music is in the background about him getting revenge and this and that, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's just the only thing I think he's trying to say with this song is like, "Don't doubt me, and anybody who wronged me, I'm coming for you this year." Like, you know what I mean? Like that's
That's
like
it, man.
that's all it is. But I don't think the video is anything deeper than that. Like his other music has been. This is just like he's just having fun
They
with it.
spend a lot of money on videos. He does.
But he does it all
spends
himself.
a lot of money on
but
video.
they do it themselves. They do it with
Yeah.
their own production team.
Yeah,
so
so
that
when he's
saves
saying-
that actually saves you money because you're not going out there and buying
Well, you're doing it from
a
your boys.
producer. No,
Like,
that's what I
let's say
mean.
the baby's got his click there,
That
and he's
dude,
got
I
helping
forgot
him.
his name. That's at the end of that video. He did all those videos with him though. That's it. Like, and a lot of those people in the video are friends of his. He
The
puts-
ones that are in that video, the guy with the red hair.
I don't know if they're all. He may have some actors.
Maybe
in there.
that's where I seen him from in another video.
Normally, though, he says he puts friends of his in the videos. Like
It's cheaper that way.
Yeah.
And plus, he's giving money to his buddies instead.
Yeah.
He's giving money to people he knows that deserve it.
His whole team, they do that. Like apparently, he says like that's like friends of his mostly. Like the guy in the I am not a racist video.
Yeah.
that's like one of his best friends. The guy, the white guy.
Hey, would you ever even think it in real life?
Right?
Bro?
No.
Would you ever see them walking down the street? Would
Absolute-
you ever think you seen them walking down the street together?
No.
And that's the fucking
That's
cool
a
thing
good
about
friend
that.
of him.
That's the cool
He's
thing
a down to
about it,
earth
though.
guy. It seems like though. That's what I mean.
But yeah, he grew up. You know what? He didn't grow up so bad. He grew up bad, but they probably all grew up bad. But they all grew up understanding each
I've
other.
said this before about
when
this
it comes
guy
to
though.
race.
He seems like he has a good head on his shoulders. He's
Yeah,
a good guy.
especially when it
like,
comes
you
to
know what I mean?
race.
Like, yeah.
When it comes to fucking genders, and when it comes to that kind of stuff, I think he knows what he's talking. I
Even-
know, unfortunately, it sounds.
Even if you listen to the first album, he sounds like a fuck up. Like the messages that people left on his phone.
Yeah, he
If that
sounds
was a
like they're-
self reflection of like how he
He
was
is?
acting, it's
Yeah.
just because he was dumb. He was broke. He fucking made some bad decisions. He had fucking exes that he wronged. He had like you know what I mean, guys that he may
That
have
just
like
means
ripped
he's
off.
normal.
Like the guy on the message was a friend of his. He's like, I let you sleep at my house and you fucking
So
took
rob
my
me?
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it was just, but it didn't. It made him sound like a bad person, but not in the sense that this is a guy that's fucking like out there, like gangbanging or fucking selling drugs. It's just like he made some bad decisions in his life. You know what I mean? Like that's so.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that just makes you a normal person, man.
Right.
You make some bad decisions, as long as you stay out of jail.
yeah.
That aren't that bad. Then you know what? Then you're safe. I mean, you can always make up for the bad decisions in life, man.
But I haven't seen somebody that's as critical about his craft and about his music than this fucking guy. I mean, that's what I mean. Like he's one of those.
He
type
takes
of
it really
people.
serious.
Right, so I can respect that. I get that. Like I do. I take things too serious sometimes for my own
Well-
good, right? So, but I think that's why I kind of respect about the dude. But at the same time, it comes off sometimes as whiny. Like I've heard him talk about shit before, and I'm like, why you feel that way? Like, and I guess that's why he definitely has like a lot of anger there.
But you see,
Like, he's
that's
an
why
angry
nobody
guy.
can
Listen to this
judge
fucking
nobody
song.
because nobody walks in anybody else's shoes, bro.
Right.
Right?
He's
That's
got a
big
lot to
thing,
say
man.
though. The guy's got a lot to say, so that's what I mean.
that's
It's a good
his
thing.
life. At least he knows how to say it.
Right.
When he does come out with it, he can say it, right?
Right.
It's not easy, man. And then you got to come out. Remember, his life is changing now, big time. You know, he was just now. He said, I'm just thankful that he is not taking 5 years to come out with that album. It gives
Yeah,
me some
like he
sort.
fucking said. Yeah.
But now that it feels like that date's gonna take so long to get here. That's the problem. No, it's like the 27th. Really? I thought it was gonna be this month.
Nah, it's coming. March 27th.
Fuck.
That's not far, man. It'll fly by. Trust me.
The way the way this year so far
Yeah.
has been going.
Yeah.
It's been you know.
Yeah.
But I know we've been talking a lot about just nothing, right? Today I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I hadn't seen you in a while, bro. We've been talking about a lot, but
catching
just
up.
random. Yeah,
Just catching up,
it's kind
man.
of like
It's
no
good.
real
This is the show.
order to this, guys.
Nah, it's all right. You know,
It's,
we're talking about relevant things. How
yeah.
about the new Ontario license plates? You see those?
Bro, what a piss off. They're fine for me,
There's that
but people
P
are
sound.
already complaining again,
Yeah.
right?
Well, it's the cops that are complaining. They're like,
Because they can't see them, but I see them.
That was the time to ride on the 407 at night, guys.
They were just saying 407, but you know what they were saying too? 407. I was just listening to the thing about it. Is that they were saying that 407 has been trying to plan these plates for a long time, right? With the Ontario government, we're trying to work on plates because they work on plates with everybody,
Right.
and just in case that for that reason. So why do they get to fucking work on plates? Why didn't the cops get to help work on the plates? Because they're the ones who are going to need to.
Well, there's-
for Amber Alerts for that. Not if
They're
you
the
can't
ones
see,
that are complaining so far because
Yeah.
they're like a dark blue and the letters on them don't pop out. They're
Which
very
they
they're
should,
flat.
though.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say.
They
That's
should
the
reflect
fuck up.
properly.
That's the fuck up.
Yeah.
So, and apparently there was like already some. They had to already recall a bunch of them or something. There was some sort of issue. I heard that some things were peeling off on it or something like that.
people are paying extra right now to get them
Yeah.
switched, right? If you want them right now, you got to pay extra. And this
Yeah.
is where they're fucking up because they're making you guys pay extra for what? For something that doesn't work. What they're gonna end up switching in the next month or so or 2 months. I mean, it sucks. I don't have a problem seeing it, but I can understand where some lights might. I think it's the type of light that hits it fucks it up, right? Like I said, the radar detect those things on the
post that-
407 are at night.
Yeah.
Right?
The post that I saw was some officer who apparently took a picture with his phone and put it on social media at night. And it was literally like in front of, like he was in his car when he was off duty. He said he took it and he was pointing it like out, like inside of his car. He pointed it. And even with the phone, he couldn't capture the image. Like you couldn't read the actual letters on it clearly, like that he had
Well,
taken.
what do you need to look at it? You shouldn't be holding your phone in your fucking hand anyway.
No, I think he was trying to capture the fact that if they were in the car and they were trying to see them, he's like, I couldn't even fucking see the thing that was right in front of me. That's what the cop was complaining about. He was kind of thrown off by the fact that, like, do they not check again? Like you said, why haven't they checked with the police if we could, like, you know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna have a hard time with this, because it seems like they were, like you said, left out of the loop completely when it came to this decision making of the plates.
Oh,
right?
fuck the police. You know?
I'm just saying
Hey,
that's who's been bitching so far. Is what I'm
No,
saying.
I know,
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
You know, I'll tell you something right now. Fuck them because they just got me good. I didn't tell you this one either. Maybe it's because
No,
I
you
was wearing
did.
my
You
money.
told me.
I did, eh?
Yeah,
Fuck.
you can tell the folks at
I
home
didn't
if
tell
you
anybody
want.
out there, but they nailed me for 5 over speeding. My only fucking speeding ticket ever in my life, dude.
No points though, right?
5 over. I don't care. It does. It shows up on your fucking insurance anyways. I'm gonna take this cocksucker to court anyways.
You probably won't show up. For
I hope
5
not.
over, yeah.
But for 5, you know what? I even told him I was bringing somebody home because I was watching the hockey game. I played it off good about the whole living in Angus thing because that's where my license.
Yeah, it seems to be always your excuse with the hockey game.
Well, dude, no, it was the worst. I tried playing it off good, but I said, I was just bringing some. I was the designated driver tonight, officer. After I had just put out a joint, nobody did, And I was like the designated driver tonight, officer, and I think I didn't turn on the right street. I said, I think I missed Jane. I go, I'm supposed to go hit the 400. How do I get there from here, officer? Right? And that was it. I just died because I didn't know it was actually going to work. He was so nice, man. I feel bad.
What do you mean
Now
he's
that-
nice? Give you a ticket.
No, but he was really nice. He said I was doing 20 over, but he didn't bring me the radar. I asked him. He didn't bring me the radar gun. He gave me a ticket for 5 over. I don't think there's any evidence there. And I gotta go.
Probably
and-
just filling his quota.
I don't know, man. They changed that street that I came down. I came down Scarlet, guys. They changed it to a one lane, so you got to really be careful. And it's a speeding zone now. It's what do you call that? Community safety zone. But it was 1:30 in the fucking morning, really? You're going to give me a ticket for 5 over? I pulled over to the side of the road very politely, nicely. I turned all my lights on. I made everything nice. I had everything
They're
ready
waiting
for
for
him.
you.
You know, like, you know what it was? It's because there's probably nothing to do at that time, too, right?
Yeah.
And he see me coming around the corner.
He's like,
And
sure,
it's
why
going
not?
down. You're going downhill, so you have to hit your brake. So as soon as you hit your brake, they automatically think you're speeding because you see them, right?
Right.
So fuck them, Mr. Officer.
Yeah.
I
There you
don't
go.
know his name.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the
Coming Straight
police.
from the underground.
Hey, maybe that should be my our way back playback today. No,
You can if you want. It's your way back. I'm
I
gonna
know,
throw it
I
over
thought
to you
about that
again.
too. I thought
Every
about
show,
that too today.
You're like, oh, I don't know, and then I just throw on
but I
something.
actually I had another suggestion for one, only because of the time of the
Sure.
thing it was. So I'm debating on the two.
Before we get to that, I just very quickly wanted to mention that I saw the Harley Quinn movie today, which they changed the name on. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey now.
What was it supposed to be?
Before it was like Harley Quinn, the emancipation of Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey or whatever, because it's about her breaking loose of the Joker now, like being
Because
her
he
own
wasn't in it,
woman.
right?
No, not at all. He was mentioned.
Obviously, right?
Obviously, because she's very associated with him up to this point,
She
right?
rubs one out to him all the time.
But this was about like some like women empowerment, like kind of like fuck this guy, he mistreated me, and
Me Too movement
left
already
him.
in fucking comics.
Oh well, in the movie, I will say that there was not one good man in the movie. All the men in the movie
Peter,
were
don't go watch
scumbags.
it.
All the men in the movie were scumbags. It's like that, and that's fine. Like it was about all the women teaming up and kicking everybody's ass, but there was not one good man in the movie at all. Even the guy that was her friend ended up screwing her over, which I won't get into. I won't spoil it, but anyways, no. But it didn't. It's just an observation.
It's true, though,
just
but
an
man,
observation.
fuck.
Didn't bother me. I'm not making a statement. I'm just fucking saying there was no fucking good men in the movie. So
I'll make the statement. That's wrong. That's sexist, guys. Let's start a rally because they would if it was us.
no, I'm fine with it. I don't care. It was a fun film.
I'm just
It
saying.
was a good film. It was a good
I'm
film.
just messing with people.
No, I know. No, but that's why I didn't want that to overshadow the fact that I actually enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, actually. It was good.
I know. I had asked Christine too if she had seen it yet, right when she got back, and I think she goes, "Oh yeah, we seen it today." And then
Yeah.
so I figured that's pretty cool. I knew you guys would have. It sucks because I knew it came out like the day after you guys left.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, how the fuck is she?
I didn't know
what
what to.
wait a week?
I didn't know what to feel about it leading up to it. I wasn't so sure if it was going to be good or not. But it actually, it was a good soundtrack, fun. It was violent. They killed a lot of fucking people in it. It was rated R.
Is
it
it
was
R?
fucking, yeah, there's swearing in
good,
it.
good.
So it's good in that sense too. She kicks a lot of ass. Margot Robbie looks great as her. She's a great Harley
Is
Quinn.
that the same one that played her?
Yeah, she's great.
like the
The
old time?
actress. Yeah, she's good. I will say some of the comments I've seen, at least from the comic book geek community, there, people that are interested in the actual comics. Some of them, although a lot of people did also enjoy it.
Yeah.
From that group as well, which is good because a lot of times they're the first people that start bashing these DC films and stuff like that, right? But they're not great representations of the characters like the rest of the Birds of Prey, like the other women that are the Birds of Prey, like team from the comics.
Okay.
But, there's a whole fucking bunch of people that don't know those characters. So for anybody who doesn't know them, they're not going to care. They're going to still enjoy the film. And for the people that do know those characters a little bit, like even for me, there's one character that was totally not the fucking character from the comics, but they used it to help. Like they used it
To help make those story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They changed the character
You're
to help.
allowed to do that.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm just saying.
As long as you don't change the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, the other kind of characters were pretty similar to the characters, the Black Canary and the Huntress character. They were similar enough to what they were, what those characters are. But there's one character, Cassandra Cain, who's nothing like the actual comic book character in it. But again, it didn't. I noticed it, and it didn't. It bugged me a bit, but not to the point where I'm like, this movie's terrible. It was fine.
You know the thing I started to notice about these comic book movies and comic book stories. And
What's that?
They're starting to fixate on one person, right? And those people are starting to become their own brand. And before you can talk about their story, but then you have to get rights. Let's say from how they're doing crossovers now on the TV shows.
Yeah.
Now those things, all three of those characters have their own rights, and then they're making a performances in every show, so you got to ask for that. It's like, okay, how come the Joker? They're not talking about the Joker. Oh yeah, they can use his name, but every time they use his name, they probably got to pay this much to DC.
And not only that, there's different versions of those same characters even in that universe. Like you'll see some people in these DC movies, but then if you look at the DC CW shows, they're completely different. The actor who plays them, the version of the character, how that character is portrayed, it's completely different, right?
What's
like
DC CW for all of us idiots?
CW is for like the show Supergirl, Arrow, fucking the CW network is the one like all those like
the television show stuff.
Yeah, all those like more those cable
kid
network
stuff. More like kids, almost.
But like like the cheesy cable like relationshipy kind of like shows, like you know what I mean. They're watered down versions.
Batwoman or whatever, Superwoman,
Supergirl, Arrow, fucking Flash, all those ones, the CW network ones. So those versions, even in there, are a lot different. Like even on the Supergirl show, you hear them talk about Superman more so than you actually would see the fucking like you don't really see him. Like he's referenced, but that's what I mean. But then there's
it's a lot of references. I know they do use a lot of references about stuff. That's another thing. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say is that I feel like that they each of them have their own rights to that name.
Yeah,
and they each have to be paid every time they're used.
Well,
you know
it's
what
messy.
I mean?
Even with Marvel, for years they sold the rights when they almost went bankrupt back in like the 2000s. They almost went bankrupt. Like the after the 90s boom of the comic industry making all this money. The bubble burst and they almost went bankrupt. So back then they sold the rights. That's why Sony had the rights to Spider-Man films. That's why Fox has the rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four films. That's why it's been so hard for them to get the rights back to do Spider-Man movies. That's why this newest these newest movies of him showing up in the Avengers movies, that wouldn't have happened if Disney wasn't able to strike a deal with Fox or Sony. That would have never happened.
No.
So now they share the ownership of something. That's why you see Venom. Venom is not a straight Marvel Studios film. It's with Sony as well because they own all the Spider-Man rights to those characters.
It's fucked up. Did you see the new Woody Harrelson guy characters on
Carnage? Yeah.
They showed what he looked
but like you said, that's where it's getting messy. But thank God these companies now they're allowing deals to be made with Marvel, so where they
benefits everybody.
Yes, exactly. And the fans win as a result of that, right? Like, why not?
Well, we don't technically. I mean, we do. Fans do win.
Yeah.
But technically, they lose because they're paying for it in the end. Really? I mean, you're going to pay to go watch everything, right?
Through these like multi-billion-dollar, No, I hear what you're saying.
Films and stuff
but
like that.
But I'd rather them be good quality with trusted.
Makes sense.
Like with Marvel Studios, because up to this point, all the X-Men films were varying quality. The Spider-Man films, same thing, varying quality. But with Marvel involved now, they've done such a good job with their other films. I think that they're Disney. You know what I mean? They're gonna put money into it.
Cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Go cheap. They go big or go home.
Exactly.
Right?
So I think that it's in good hands, right? So
what about your other one? Are you gonna just wait till it comes out? It comes out in the
which one?
Or are you gonna find it when you wait until you can find it? Sonic or whatever it is.
I'm not going to see that in theaters.
Not in theater though, eh? You're like, fuck them. They made wait too long, eh? They didn't do a good job the first time.
No, I talked about it on the show because I found it was interesting because the first we talked about it previous. Yeah, he
actually looks like him now, right?
Yeah, now it looks great. Now it looks great. And Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik, the bad guy in it. So I like that, but I'm not going to go watch the movie in theaters. No.
Speaking of Jim Carrey, you got to watch you got to watch Kidding. Just kidding.
I watched the first season.
Yeah. You haven't started watching the new one.
I've been recording the episode.
Yeah. I think it's 4 or 5 now episodes in.
I didn't.
It's getting really good. It's getting really funny.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I watched the first season. We talked about it.
I heard Mr. Pickles and all that. Right?
Yeah. He's like the Mr. Rogers kind of character.
And I like how they do the double, right? How they give 2 episodes a week. It makes it an hour.
It's a depressing show, though. It's pretty dark. The first season was very fucking. Yeah,
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you anything about the second season either. But I'm gonna just say, you should start watching it, man. It's really good. I think it's different, man. It's gonna go a different way, and I think he's actually doing a really good job of this character. He's
doing a great job. No, the performances are good. I just think it's a depressing show.
The people that are in the show, I don't know their names. The the
the
ex-wife
sister.
and all that shit. Yeah,
The sister's good.
Yeah.
She's a good actress.
Yeah.
The
she's a little
father's
crazy.
good.
The father's good.
Yeah.
They're all a little crazy. Everybody's
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
crazy in that. But it's Jim Carrey, man. Who's not crazy
Well,
than
listen.
Jim
At
Carrey?
the end of the day, Jim Carrey is doing what he wants to do by doing this show. So, like, you're talking about a guy that doesn't do
he doesn't
much
have
anymore.
to make any. He doesn't have to.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So it's worth watching because
is.
he's actually interested in the work.
And I think it gives off more of that independent style
Yes,
feel,
definitely.
right?
Yeah.
And it gives off not
More
that
artsy,
big, yeah,
kinda,
not,
yeah.
not that big, like you're saying, Marvel, Disney,
Overproduced,
Yeah,
fucking
way
yes,
overproduced.
yeah.
mumbo jumbo that
Yes,
expecting
yeah.
to make $20 million.
Popcorn film. No, this is just a very quietly done, well done show.
Yeah, and those I think are the best ones. Netflix is picking up quite a bit of those. I've noticed.
But let's be honest, if Jim Carrey wasn't the star of that show, they probably
Would you
wouldn't
be
have made it to a
watching it?
second season. No, they probably wouldn't have made it to a second season.
I
That's
don't
what
think.
mean.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they would have got
I
signed
wouldn't
on.
have watched it if it wasn't Jim Carrey. I'm watching it because Jim Carrey's in it, right?
Yeah.
So
And it's going a whole different way. You're gonna love it, bro. It's
Yeah.
actually pretty good. It's
he commits to the role of that guy. You
and
know
it's
what I mean?
almost like real life.
Even if
that-
the thing
that
is
TV show.
absurd, like that guy commits. Like he does.
Yeah.
I think that's
I think ever since what's that number 13 or 23 or whatever that number was.
yeah, the horror movie. No,
No,
back in the day.
Ever since that movie's been a little bit like
No, he
all sketched out.
We'll have this conversation one day when we
day.
have more time because I feel that he's one of the underappreciated actors of our generation. to be
You know where he
honest
lived?
with
He
you.
just lived up north
I
of
know.
Woodbridge, King City.
Yeah, I know. But I just feel
the
that
strip club there.
I just feel that well, that's where he used to perform.
Which one at the?
I don't know if it was
Whiskies?
the one out there, but he used to perform at like strip clubs and stuff when he was coming up. Like
No,
sometimes
as a stripper, right?
not as a stripper.
I don't know. He's an actor.
No,
you
he
never
was
know.
a stand-up at first.
I know he was.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
what
he
I'm
did
trying
that.
to say.
But I didn't know they
That's
did
back in-
stand up at fucking.
Back in the
strip
day,
clubs.
they sometimes would have comics at strip clubs.
Anybody out there? If anybody out there's gone to a strip club to watch a comic show, let us know. Give us a shout out or whatever. Call us or leave us a message on fucking our
That's
channel.
another thing, guys.
Because
We need
honestly,
more guests.
we need more guests, more
Yeah.
subscribers. But honestly, if you've been, I want to hear a story about watching a comedian at a strip club.
It exists. I guarantee you, it exists. I've heard of it. I don't
Maybe if you have a room full of comics, yeah.
a comic, a comedian, not fucking.
I know. I'm making like comic
I don't even know
book.
if Jim Carrey fucking performed at a strip club. I just made that up. I'm just saying comedians have performed at strip
I
clubs.
haven't bugged him in a week. Look at him.
Oh
he
my
got
God.
that's
Give us
something
our
he
fucking
gets
way
back.
back playback. Shut
Hey,
up.
That's something he gets back for fucking giving me a hard time when he was in Cuba. Okay, guys. But no,
Are you done?
Nico's upset, guys. I'm sorry.
No,
bro.
I'm fine.
Uh,
But seriously, yeah, we need some more guests, guys. So
No,
spread the
yeah,
word.
I was
wanna-
just trying to
we wanna
make
book
that
some more
interesting.
people.
Mr. Nico, I got him good, and now he's mad at me.
No.
I'm
trying to wrap up the goddamn show.
Well, I know, but we were just talking, so I was like, I figured I'd finish it up. But all right, guys, what do you think I should do, Neeks? I'm gonna weigh it like this to you, because Rap God's got 1 billion views finally. It's beat everything. It's either that, because that's about
Or-
or we're gonna say fuck the police, man. Because that's what I'm saying in this episode.
I think you've played that as your way back playback before. Honestly, I think
Rap
you-
God?
No, fuck the police.
Oh yeah, probably
I
last
think you
time.
have.
Those yeah, maybe. So let's just go with Rap God. Anyways, that's the one I was originally gonna go with
Okay.
because it's hit 1 million views, 1 billion. Sorry, so it's just surpassed. What the fuck was it now? And I was checking it out the other day.
But they just released a new video actually, which I haven't seen yet.
No, it's not out. I haven't seen it.
They said in the article you sent me that
Yeah, that it
today.
might-
Today it was supposed to
Yeah,
drop.
but it hasn't dropped yet. I'll be honest with you. I've been trying to keep.
Godzilla.
Yeah, I've been keeping my eye open, right? Like to see what the fuck's going
Oh,
on
you've
with
been
it.
keeping your eye open.
No, like just to make sure if it's coming out, if it's out yet or not, but nothing yet. These are all, everything was released here. These are like 3 weeks ago. Hey, Eminem, Godzilla, but with SpongeBob music. How about that, guys?
You want to hear that?